Okay, Advanced Math, Unit 7, Lesson 1, Right Triangle Trig. First thing we're going to go over are some tools that we're going to use. The first two tools are used only for right triangles. SOHCAHTOA. You guys remember that, yes? Sine, cosine, tangent, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, yes? Okay, all of this today is review. The second piece is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What is that called? Pythagorean's theorem, and we use that to find a missing side. The last one is not only for right triangles, it's for all triangles. It's the fact that angle A plus angle B plus angle C will always add up to what? 180. The sum of the interior angles of any triangle will always be 180. Okay. I'm going to write down solve in parentheses, find all missing sides and angles. I put that because on the textbook, in the textbook it's just going to say solve, and this is, or solve the triangle, and every time it says that you're going to find all missing sides and angles. All right. Uppercase A is 72 degrees. Little c is 18. Uppercase letters are angles, lowercase letters are sides. You can also tell they're angles because it has a degree symbol next to it. Most of them will not have pictures. You draw a right triangle of your own. How you draw your right triangle is up to you. Unless stated otherwise, we're always going to make the right angle angle C. Unless stated otherwise, we're going to always make the right angle angle C. How you label A and B is up to you. I'm going to put AB. If you put BA, that's fine. Your picture will look different from mine, but in the end, our answers will come out the same. Okay. This will not be given to you. It's just this. Will you have to draw the picture on your own? Yes. All right, label the picture. Angle A is 72 degrees. Side C is 18. Where is side C? Is that AB, CB, or AC? Side C is opposite angle C, so it is AB, which is also called the what? Hypotenuse. Okay, so here's what you're going to do for every single problem where you're solving a triangle. You're going to write it out like this. This is to keep it neat and clear and organized. And we're going to always round to 3 decimal places. I believe the textbook may ask you to round to 2 decimal places, but I'm going to ask that you use 3. Why? Because the test will ask you for 3, so we're going to get in that habit now of always using 3 decimal places in this unit. Okay, angle A is given, 72 degrees, and side C is 18. Everything else is unknown, so I'm going to box those in. These are the ones I'm looking for. Now, one of them technically is a given. It didn't say it, but according to what I said earlier, angle C is always what? 90 degrees. Okay. What's the easiest thing to find next, according to this picture? Yes?
You do the 90 plus 72 and then like subtract it by 180. The angle B, yeah, angle B.
Find angle B. Okay, so 90 plus 72 plus angle B equals 180. So add and subtract from 180. Do that now. And what do you get? 18 degrees. Okay. I only know side C. I don't know side A or B. Could I use Pythagorean's theorem if I wanted to? Why not? In order to use Pythagorean's theorem, how many sides would I need to know? 2. I need 2 sides and find the missing third side. All right. Since we don't know another side, we need to resort to the SOHCAHTOA. So here's what you do. This is review for Math 2. You also did it in Math 3, but you first learned it in Math 2. In your right triangle, pick any angle other than the right angle. So you can pick 72, or we found this over here to be 18 degrees. Was that correct? Okay, so 72 or 18 degrees. Which one would you like to use? It doesn't matter. 72. If any of you want to try the 18, go for it. Our work will look different, but our answers will be the same. Okay, now, it doesn't matter which one you find first. I'm going to find A first. In reference to my pencil marking of 72, what is side A? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? In reference to the 72. And what is the 18 regardless of where I'm sitting? Hypotenuse. All right. So, I look at SOHCAHTOA. Which one is opposite over hypotenuse? Is it sine? So sine is the trig function I'm going to use, and it's always sine of an angle. What angle did we say we were using in the beginning? 72, unless any of you are using 18. Is anybody using 18, which is perfectly fine? No one? Okay, so what's my fraction going to be? Sine of 72 equals opposite over hypotenuse. What over what? A over 18. Do any of you guys vaguely remember this from Math 2? I know it was a while ago. Any of you guys for sure remember it from Math 3 because that was more recent? Yes? No? Okay. What do I multiply both sides by to get A by itself? 18, or your teacher may have taught you to cross multiply. 18's gone. And then A equals, and this right here is what you plug in your calculator. So I'm going to turn mine on. 18 times sine of 72 degrees. You do not need to close the parentheses in this one. Sometimes you're required to. This one it's not necessary. 3 decimal places, 17.119. So that was side A, yes or no? Okay, I can use Pythagorean's theorem at this point, but I'm going to use SOHCAHTOA again for the practice. Okay, so since I already have my pencil marking at 72, I'm going to leave it. You could change to 18 if you wanted to. I'm not going to. Okay, I'm looking for side B. In reference to angle 72, what is B? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Does everybody agree it's adjacent? A is opposite, 18's hypotenuse, B is adjacent. Okay, now, technically, I know side A, 17.119. I'd rather not use a decimal if I don't have to, so I'm just going to use the 18. SOHCAHTOA, which one's adjacent over hypotenuse? Is it cosine? Mm-hmm. So cosine of an angle, cosine of what angle are we using here? Cosine of 72 degrees equals what fraction? B over 18. Multiply both sides by what?
18.
And B equals, and plug that in your calculator, 18 times sine, nope, sorry, cosine of 72 equals, and then 3 decimal places. Did you guys get it? What is it? Okay, and you are done with number 1. Any questions? That was too long? Okay. They'll go a little faster when you're working on your own, at least I hope they will. Number 2, A is 2, B is 3. What did I give you on this one? 2 what? 2 sides. No angles, just 2 sides. Draw your picture. Right angle is always C unless stated otherwise. Again, I'm going to put A at the top, B at the bottom. You can flip-flop them. Doesn't matter. The pictures will look different initially, but that's okay. Okay, don't forget to do this labeling. Angle A, angle B, angle C, little a, little b, little c. What's the easiest thing to find right now? Anybody know? Why? What can I use? I guess that's what I should have asked. Can I use Pythagorean's theorem on this one? Yes, because I know 2 sides. I can use Pythagorean's theorem to find the third. Is the third side I'm looking for the hypotenuse? So when I set it up, it's going to be 2 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that now. Leave it in radical form. Actually, it doesn't matter. If you change it to a decimal, that's fine as well. Anybody have it?
Root 13.
Root 13. Do you guys agree? Okay, I'm going to box that in. These will also be boxed in. A, B, and C. I didn't give you any, but we know angle C is what?
90.
Do I have enough to add and subtract from 180 like Sean said on the previous problem? Yes or no? Does anybody remember what to do? You learned it back in Math 2. All of this whole lesson here is a Math 2 lesson. We cannot assume that. And it would be 45 if these two legs were the same. If they were both 3 or both 2, then the two, angle A and angle B would be the same. But they're not, so we know for sure they're not 45, 45. Okay. I will tell you it's going to be SOHCAHTOA again, and I'm going to show you how to do it, and hopefully it comes back. Pick, depends, pick an angle to find first. It does not matter. Do you want to find angle A first or angle B? B? I heard B first. So I'm going to put my pencil marking there. Okay. If you're looking for an angle, you should always have two sides that are given. Are two sides given? What two sides are they? The 3 and the... Label those. This side's not given, so don't label it. Label the 3, label the 2 in reference to angle B. Why angle B? Because one of you said to use angle B. I don't know who it was, and that's what I'm using. Try angle A if you'd like. We should end up with the same answer at the end. Okay. In reference to B, what is 3? What is 2? Do I need to label the hypotenuse? There's no number there. I'm not going to bother labeling it. Okay, look at your SOHCAHTOA. Which one's opposite over adjacent?
Oh.
Which one? TOA. Is that tangent? Tangent of an angle. So tangent of B, 2, or 3? B. Always an angle. Tangent of B equals what fraction? Now, I'm not going to cross multiply. I'm not going to multiply both sides by 2. Does anybody remember what to do here? Right there. Was that Aaron that said it? Okay. Say it again.
It's like the inverse of tan.
The inverse of tan p. Good job. He is correct. How many of you guys maybe kind of sort of somewhat little bit remembered that?
Yeah.
No? Yeah? Okay. So he's saying the tan of -1. So inverse tan of, and I don't know why I'm writing it so far down. It's right up here. Inverse tan of 3/2 equals angle B. That's how you plug it in. Your inverse key, your inverse tan, you'd hit second, and then your tangent key, and it comes up with that tan -1 that he was talking about. What do inverse keys do to each other? They undo each other. So you're working backwards is what you're doing. You know the opposite, you know the adjacent, but you don't know the angle. So you're asking the calculator, hey, I know the opposite adjacent, can you give me what the angle is? You plug it in, and it gives you the answer. So what's the fraction I'm going to type in? 3 divide 2. Don't use your fraction key because sometimes it messes up when there's decimals. And what is my angle? 56.3. If I round that, it'd be 56.310. 56.310 degrees. All right, go ahead. Now, you could use the inverse key again to find the other angle, or what could you do at this point? Add and subtract from 180. Go ahead and do that now. All right, anybody get it? 33.690 degrees. All right, questions? All right, last one. Flip it over to the back. A 20-foot ladder. Sorry. leans against a house. This is another typical Math 2 problem, period. Its angle of elevation is 50 degrees. Find the height from the ground to the top of the ladder. Ladies, you know what the assignment is, right?
Yep.
Bye-bye. Okay. Find the height from the ground to the top of the ladder. We're going to draw a quick picture and do the problem and then get to work. All right, so here's the house. There's the ground. And there's the ladder. Can everybody see the right triangle? In this right triangle, where is the ladder? The base, the height, or the hypotenuse? Is this the ladder here? And how long is the ladder? 20 feet. So I'm going to mark that. And it gives us the angle of elevation is 50 degrees. Where is the angle of elevation always located? The top corner or the bottom or top corner? Angle of elevation, you're here and then you look up. So you're at like ground level looking up. So where would it be, top or bottom? Bottom. Got it? Okay. So what is the angle of elevation? And then the question, find the height from the ground to the top of the ladder. What am I looking for? Ground to the top of the ladder. Would that be here the height or the base? I'm looking for the height. How far up the side of the building the ladder reaches. Does that make sense? What question would I have asked if I was asking for this bottom length here? How far is the base of the ladder from the base of the house? How far is the bottom of the ladder from the base of the house? Okay, but they're asking us for this value here, the height. Can I use Pythagorean's theorem? No. Can I use then SOHCAHTOA? Yes. What am I using SOHCAHTOA for? To find an angle or a side? If I'm using it to find a side, will I use the inverse key? No, I only use the inverse key when I'm looking for a what? An angle. When the angle is what I'm looking for, and I'm using SOHCAHTOA, that's when I use the inverse key. All right. Do what you've done before. Pick an angle. I know this angle up here. What is it, by the way? I don't need to know it, but what is it? What is it? 40. Okay, so what do you want to use? The 50 or the 40? 50. In reference to the 50, what is the H? What is what I'm looking for? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? What is the 20? And I don't need this side because there's nothing there, so I'm not going to label it. SOHCAHTOA, which one's opposite over hypotenuse? Sine. So then I have sine of an angle. So sine of what? Sine of 50 equals what over what? H over 20. And then we solve. Multiply both sides by 20. Plug it in your calculator, 3 decimal places. All right, anybody plug it in yet? 15 point what? 321 feet. Got it? Yes or no? A quick what if question. What if you had this? Sine of 35 degrees equals 18 over x. How would you solve that one? What's different from this one and all the other ones I've done so far? x is in the denominator. You've done these before, back in math 2, again last year. Anybody know how to solve it when it's like that? Yes. Did you have Kabose last year? Did Hartog? I don't know how did Hartog. She may teach it the same. I know Kabose teaches you flip-flop these two. Maybe they did it that way?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. However you know to do it, that is correct, by the way. I'm going to show you mathematically. You multiply both sides by x, and it's not ready to plug in the calculator because of the variable. So what would you, if you're getting x by itself, what would you divide both sides by? Sine of 35. So I have x times sine of 35 equals 18, and then I would divide by, so is that the same thing she said earlier with just flip-flopping them? Yes or no? Okay, you don't have to plug it in. It's just to remind you, is it always going to be multiplication the way it is here? No, sometimes it's an extra step and you end up having to divide. All right, textbooks out, or I can just put the textbook up. Piece of paper out, start to label, and I do want to make one small change to the assignment today. Are you guys ready? Can anybody tell me what the assignment is? Hey, this is 7-1.
332.
Page 332. Numbers 5 through,
12.
I'm going to change that part right there. 5 through 12 odd, so 5 through 11 odd. 5, yeah, that's good. 5 through 12 odd, and then what else? Anything else? 20?
19 through 21.
19 through 21 and 23?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the only change I'm making? Odd. Please make that change. Do any of you can contact the ladies who left already?
Ooh, if you give me their phone number.
That's what I'm asking. I don't have the number. Can you let them know? Thank you. Sean, you are too much. So if you look at your pink sheet, your homework tonight is to finish this assignment and do your video notes. Only one set of video notes tomorrow. I'm sorry, tonight. Only one set of video notes tonight. We'll be doing one of them tomorrow in class. The other one.